3, 2, 1. Yeah, I can see everyone.
A very good day I wish to all of you. My name is Valerie Valasalangka and I will be the moderator for today. Welcome to our forum for this week. As you already know, social media is currently a issue which enables you to think about the topics that we are about to highlight, and we are trying to solve the issues together by sharing beneficial and interesting ideas and thoughts, which will be delivered by our guests. Today, our goal is to engage in a thoughtful and constructive discussion on privacy concerns in social media platforms. Let us keep our conversation respectful and inclusive. But feel free to express your views and let's ensure a dynamic exchange of ideas. Before we proceed to our forum, I would like to introduce our panelists for today. Our first panelist is Prof. Maria Dr. Mariam Lee, Professor of Social Studies in University of Malaysia. How are you, Prof?
Good day, Ms. Valerie. I'm good and glad to be here with all of you.
Our second panelist of the day is a police officer from IPD Sumarjaya, Inspector Muhammad bin Marzuki. Wow, it's welcome. How are you doing this forum?
I'm quite overwhelmed, but at the same time, I'm very excited to share some of my knowledge with all of you.
Glad to hear that. So Lex is a YouTuber and a TikToker. Recently was nominated as Content Creator of the Year award for her famous vlogging skills. I welcome you, Ms. Charlene Chong. Last but not least, our last panelist is Cyber Tech Specialist, Mr. Muhammad Wazam. Before we start our forum in details, let me explain about our topic for today. Privacy is like having a secret garden, and when it comes to social media platforms, it seems like the walls around that garden are getting a bit shaky. You know, those moments when you post a cute picture, share your thoughts online. Well, it turns out that sometimes our secrets are unsafe as we thought. Privacy concerns in social media platforms are like little alarm bells warning us that our personal information might be wandering off where it shouldn't. From who sees our posts to how our data is used. It's a bit like trying to keep your diary under lock and key, but the lock might be a bit rusty. Let's dive into a world of social media and see why keeping our digital secrets safe is like a piece of puzzle we all need to solve. Without wasting time, let's hear the opinions on our title from the first panelist is Professor Mariam Lee.
Thank you, Ms. Moderator. So, in terms of social studies, privacy refers to a variety of issues concerning an individual's personal information, autonomy, and control over their data. The idea of privacy is influenced by a variety of factors, which might differ depending on the cultural, legal, and technical environment. Here are several important factors considered as part of privacy. Well, first of all, of course, personal information. Which is name, address, phone number, email addresses, social security number, and other information that may be used to identify an individual. Other than that is data collection and processing. It refers to how organizations, whether government, corporations, or other entities, gather, store, process, and use personal information. Like, have you ever accessed a website or a social media platform where they give your information to access to their app? That is how data collection and processing occurs. Next up would be data security. It includes procedures taken to protect personal information from unauthorized access, breaches, or abuse, guaranteeing that person's data is managed secure. Last would be consent and control, relates to individuals having the right to control what personal information they share and with them. Obtaining informed consent before collecting and using personal data is a fundamental aspect. Privacy is a multidimensional and changing notion, with the aspect listed above interrelated legal framework, cultural norms, and technical breakthroughs all influence how privacy is viewed and preserved in various circumstances. That's all. I'll pass it back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. From your explanation, you strongly agree that privacy concerns in social media platform is not a healthy issue in our society nowadays. Now, build on what we just discussed. Let's explore more on the topic. What's your opinion on this topic, Inspector Imran?
In my point of view, privacy concerns in social media are very significant as they evoke the balance between personal freedom and data protection. Users should be cautious about sharing sensitivity information while platforms most prioritize robust privacy features and transparent policies to address this concern effectively. The increasing collection and utilization of personal data on social media raise concerns about potential misuse, surveillance, and data breach. Striking a balance between user convenience and safeguarding privacy is crucial for the responsible evolution of social media. Evolution of social media platforms. Public awareness and regulatory measures play the roles in addressing this challenge. I think that's what I want to say for now, Ms. Moderator.
Thank you, Inspector, for your input in this topic. Now I would like to address Ms. Charlene, the third panelist, to share her views on this topic.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here today. So I would like to start with, in this modern era, as we all know, the interconnected nature of social media allows us and users to view other profiles publicly, potentially leading to stalking or social engineering attempts where malicious actors gather personal information to manipulate or deceive individuals. So personal information shared on social media, such as per what Maria May said, um, birth dates, locations, and relationships can be exploited by identity thieves. Cyber criminals may use this information to impersonate individuals or gain unauthorized access to accounts. I believe that one of the many ways to overcome this issue is that people should familiarize themselves with the privacy policies of the social media platforms they use. In simpler words, understand how your data is collected, stored, and shared, especially on websites that ask your consent for cookies. Not forgetting that they should also stay informed about any updates or any changes to privacy policies. And I would like to add on again, people should also consider adjusting their sharing settings to limit their visibility of their posts to a more private audience and avoid sharing sensitive information publicly. Additionally, I highly encourage people to enable two-factor authentication to add an extra layer of security to your accounts. So that is all for me for now, and I'll pass back the session to the Miss Moderator.
Thank you, sir. What about you, Mr. Morrison? What's your take on this?
From the standpoint of cyber tech professionals, social media platform privacy is crucial. The swift advancement of digital technology and the widespread disclosure of personal data on social media platforms have given birth to intricate difficulties in protecting user privacy. My first concern as a cybersecurity and technology professional is to make sure that strong security measures are in place to shield user data from harmful activity, illegal access, and breaches. From a technology perspective, utilizing artificial intelligence and sophisticated threat detection methods for anomaly detection can assist in quickly identifying and reacting to suspicious activity. This enables for prompt response against possible privacy breaches in addition to protecting user data. So the focus as a cyber specialist will be on putting strong cybersecurity measures into place, encouraging encryption, enforcing access limits, carrying out frequent security assessments, and working with the specialists to negotiate the legal landscape. This is based on my point of view. I will pass the floor back to you, Ms. Moderator.
Indeed, Mr. Wazam. And let's move on to our questions for today. We'll start with our first panelist, Prof. Min. What do you think of the trade-off between convenience and privacy on social media platforms?
The trade-off between convenience and privacy of social media platform. Okay, so first of all, the usage of the social media platforms frequently results in a trade-off between convenience and privacy. Users like the simplicity of interacting with others, exchanging information, and receiving personalized content. However, the ease comes at the expense of disclosing personal information, thereby jeopardizing privacy. Here are some important characters of this trade-off. As for convenience, connectivity is one of the important characteristics of this trade-off, as social media platforms enable users to connect with friends, family, and communities, fostering a sense of belonging and facilitating communication regardless of geographical distances. The second is information sharing. Users may quickly exchange updates, photographs, and opinions, facilitating the rapid and extensive transmission of information. Last would be personalization. So social media platforms algorithms employ user data to create personalized content, such as target adverts, suggested posts, and friend suggestions, improving the user experience. That's all from me for now, I guess.
Interesting input, Prof. I like how you mentioned connectivity and information sharing. Moving on to Inspector Imran, our second panelist. What are some common privacy concerns in social media?
Well, some common privacy in social media is people often worry about social media knowing too much about them, their personal details and what they do online. They concern that their private information might not stay private and others could misuse it. So keeping an eye what they share and adjusting privacy setting helps manage these worries. Social media is increasingly used in police cases, but both as tool for for police. Social media is increasingly used in police cases, both as a tool for investigation and as evidence. Law enforcement may gather information from public also in solving crimes or organizing dispute. Privacy consideration and adhering to legal protocols is crucial to ensure that ethical and lawful use of social media in police work. There's a lot of cases that I got for social media. Firstly is stalker, scam, and social media hacker. They use this to scam his or her family for asking some money. This is very dangerous for senior citizens because they usually got scammed by by people. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
I see. Have you faced the same challenges too, Miss Charlie Flynn?
So, personally, I have gone through a couple of situations where people try to gain access to my main social media accounts using identity, like my identity on other platforms, such as Tinder, as well as creating another profile on Instagram, and it's still there until this day, using my biography and data, which I have never given any consent for, nor am aware of who's behind all the deed. So back then, I would be frustrated whenever I face these kind of issues, but I would say now I overcome it in a different and more professional way, if I should say so myself. So to avoid these issues from happening, I will usually update my password to a different password consisting of letters, numbers, symbols, and at the same time, I will always make sure I enable the two-factor authentication. It's very important for me. and I really encourage everyone to do the same. And all of my social media accounts, I have the two-factor authentication. And not only that, after some period of time, I would review my posts, photos, and contents online and remove or just adjust privacy settings for any content that I no longer wish to be publicly available to anyone out there. And that is all that I would like to share for now. So thank you. Back at you, Miss Moderator.
Thank you, Jenny. As we move into our last segment, I'd like to invite Mr. Muslim to share his expertise. What do you think of user consent on social media platforms? What's your point of view on this?
Okay, user permission is an important part of the data privacy and digital interactions. Individuals freely and consciously consent to the collection, use, and processing of their personal information by organizations or platforms. However, there are several obstacles and issues surrounding the idea of user consent. First, I would like to emphasize of children's consent, which is age verification. Obtaining valid consent from minors poses challenges, and platforms need to implement age verification mechanisms to comply with regulations like the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, COPPA. Next is revoking consent. Limited options, as users may find challenges when seeking to cancel or amend their consent settings. There must be clear and accessible means for revoking permission. I think that's all for me.
Thank you for this explanation. Random question for me to Ms. Shani. I'll start my question. What do you think of the data security on social media platforms?
Yeah, 5 minutes, yeah. So, in our modern world, social media is everywhere. In some ways, it's made the world feel smaller by bringing distant people together, reuniting long-lost relatives, and otherwise giving people a space to connect. However, as social media has grown over the years, so has the risk of data breaches. So online criminals target social platforms because your account contains personal information they can use for a variety of purposes. The information gathered can be used against you via blackmail or to impersonate you. Additionally, social media is a better, faster way to spread malicious content like scams and malware. If you're unlucky enough, when a cybercriminal gets enough of your information, he or she can also open a credit card or bank account in your name. It's crazy to think that, to think of the lengths that people would take in order to get your information for their own benefit. While there are plenty of reasons why social media is bad for your security and privacy, it does provide a learning opportunity for casual to professional users to learn how to protect your information online. By paying attention to privacy settings and third-party app permissions, you'll be on the path to browsing and enjoying the internet more safely. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Shani. So, to summarize it all up, privacy concerns in social media revolve around worries that personal information shared online may not stay private. Users fear that the data collected by social media platforms might be misused or accessed by others without the consent. Managing these concerns involves being cautious about shared information and adjusting privacy settings to control this level of exposure. So as time doesn't allow us to get deep right into it, I want to thank our esteemed panelists and the audience for the valuable contributions today. This has been an enlightening discussion, and I look forward to future engagements. If you have any further questions or comments, please feel free to connect with us after the forum. Thank you all for coming and have a nice day.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.